We
Now,
have.
we were talking offline. The first card we were going to find was the Prizmania. Is that correct?
Welcome to another timeless moment brought to you by the You Can't Comp This NBA Trading Card Podcast. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to support the show, please hit that subscribe button and tick that bell so you get notified whenever we go live. See you in the comments. And we are back with another timeless moment.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all very well.
Let's hope this truly is timeless, given the dominance of PSA. So today's topic is we're going to teach everybody how to use the PSA register.
Yep.
Which is where all the numbers and the pop counts and everything are held.
We did talk off the air about doing the BGS registry also, but we basically said FBGS, they're irrelevant at the moment. So
well, everyone cracks their BGS things for PSA anyway, so they're pretty much here anyway.
That's right. Alrighty, so what we were planning to do today is to provide a step-by-step guide on how to do this, and if all of our technology works, you can listen to this as a podcast and then follow along at home on your laptop or your desktop or your phone, whatever's best for you.
Yep.
And if you're watching on YouTube, Adam will be doing a screen capture, so then you can use that as a bit of a visual cue too. So to start off, we're going to go to psacard.com, psacard.com.
Nice and easy.
And you'll be presented with the PSA card website. So there's a whole bunch of stuff on there. And I think where I get a little bit confused, or not get confused, it's like, well, where do you start? Where do you find this information? And a lot of this stuff is really based around how to grade and what their pricing is. So,
yeah.
And the set registry is a different set of information altogether if you're just looking for pop count. So go up to the top where it says research and click on population report. And once you've done that, it'll take you to psacard.com/pop. And from there, there's actually a search tool. And if you know how to use that and you can use that, like feel free to use that. There's absolutely no problems at all using it. The problem I have with that is that I find I get a lot of data from it, or I don't get enough data from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to sort of cycle through it anyway.
Okay.
So what PSA have done is, I think they're quite aware of this. They've then categorized a whole bunch of stuff underneath that. So baseball cards, baseball coins, hockey, golf, and there's also basketball cards there. So you can click on that. And I think we should probably just caveat this a little bit. This is why CardLadder is so good, because they've taken all of this data, they've cleaned it up, they've put it into beautiful graphs, and they've made it so accessible for you. And so, I think the question might be is, well, why don't you just use CardLadder all the time? The problem is it takes a lot of time and effort for CardLadder to do that, and not every single card is in the CardLadder database. So there's going to be times when so my first stop is always CardLadder, because it's easy to use. Everything's linked in beautifully. It's got sales data, it's got population data, it's got graphs. This is just like hardcore data. And I suppose the other comparison you can make against this too, this is gem rate stuff, right? Like, this is what I say to, it's been a while since I've sat down and had like a long conversation with Ryan, but it's like, Ryan's website is so amazing, but it's so goddamn hard to use. And this is how I feel the same about PSA. Like, it's exactly the same thing. So
yeah.
All right. Anyway, we've clicked on basketball cards. We were talking offline. The first card we were going to find was the Prizmania. Is that correct?
That is correct. We're going to look up the what's the card? 2023 Prism Stephen Curry Prizmania.
So what you need to know is you need to know when the card was printed. So the other easy way to think about that is, if it's, depends what it says on the back of the card. So if it says 23-24, in that instance, you're looking for 2023. That's another way to do it too.
Yeah.
So then just scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on 2023. Okay, once you've done that, you will go to psacard.com/pop, /basketball cards /2023 and then 23/1995. I'm not too sure what that last digits mean, but that's what will come up.
Yeah.
Then you're presented with a huge list of stuff there. So when you look at the page on the right-hand side, there's a search tool. There's two. But
Search the
use the
pop
one.
report and the grey. There's a blue one and a grey one, isn't there?
Use the one that's got the grey magnifying glass. That's the one that you want to do.
Yeah.
And then put in the card that you want. So not the player, the card. So for us, it's Prizmania.
Prizmania, yeah.
So that will filter it down almost instantly to Panini Prism Prizmania. So when you click on that, it will actually bring up all of the cards that's in that Prizmania set.
Yep. So 195 total. Is it?
So for me, I've got 20 people that's in this set.
Oh, 20 people. Sorry, I've got the total Prizmania. I haven't got into the set yet.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, right. So yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah. So in the set, there's 20 different athletes.
Yeah.
And then what you've looked at that bottom number there is 195 Prizmania cards have been graded in total. Yeah. So we wanted to use Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
So for this particular set, it's easy. It's number 2 on the list. But what you can do, you can press Control F and then type in Steph. And then that will it'll take you straight down to it. So for example, if the list was much bigger than this, so think about a base set of Prism where there's 300 different cards. You don't want to sit there and like scroll through them all.
And also they have it has a live search bar.
You could use that search tool too. That's exactly right. And that's another thing you can do too. If it's not on that page, you can use that to search it through. So, so what this shows is, sorry, Ad, after you.
That live search bar, if I write Steph,
it
actually brings up Stephen Curry.
Perfect.
I don't even have to press search on it. It's already everything I type. If I put STE, I get
They're
Steph
definitely
Curry.
putting some polish into these websites now. I think it's very fair to say. Yeah. So if we're just looking at straight population numbers here, there's 1 8, there's 8 9s, and there's 3 10. So in total, there's been 12 being graded. Yeah. So I wanted to see this particular card because, it was on CardLadder, wasn't it? What was the one that wasn't on CardLadder? The micro mosaic. That's the reason why I came onto the PSA. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is on CardLadder. If you want to go and check out the CardLadder for this one, this is the Steph Curry Prizmania. Current last sold 2,615. Time of recording, obviously. Last sold in March 2025. Awesome. If you click on it says Pop 3 because we're looking up the PSA 10. And if you actually click on the little booklet on CardLadder, it brings up the full pop count. So there are 13 in the population report. One of those is a dirty BGS 9. But the other 12 are, as we've just recalled, in the PSA database, which is 1 8, 8 9s, and 3 10s.
It's pretty tough to get a 10 on that card, isn't it?
It is. Gems at a rate of 23%.
Yeah.
Which is also something to take in, I guess, when you're looking and analysing pop reports and seeing how easy a card is. But that is definitely for another video.
Yeah.
Do we want to do one more card?
Yeah. Why don't you tell me a card and I'll try my best to find it in the registry. How about that?
All righty. I've got the basketball registry up and I will pick the 2016 Studio Steph Curry from Downtown.
All right. So I've gone back to psa.com, pop, and I've clicked on the basketball cards picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said it was 2016?
2016, yeah.
All right. So I've gone Control F, typed in 2016. Now I've clicked on 2016.
Yep.
All right. And you said it was Studio Downtown, didn't you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Studio first.
Okay.
All right. So when you type in Studio, it actually brings up a whole bunch of stuff. So Panini Studio, breakout signatures. Okay. So I feel like I'm relatively on the right track here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've just written in down. And the reason I sometimes write less instead of more is sometimes I feel like if I get the spelling wrong, or if I write downtown as 2 words instead of 1 word, or vice versa, that can sort of muck stuff up. So that's why I just wrote studio and then down, And actually, it's brought it up for us. So taking from your little lead earlier, the total population graded out of all these cards is 1,427. And if we're comparing that to a Wemby Silver PSA 10, that's absolutely nothing. And actually, card number 1 is Steph Curry. So that's made it pretty easy for us. So there's been 1 8, 17 9s, and 68 10s that have been graded with PSA.
68 10s. That's a lot of 10s.
Interesting set, this. Iverson, Gary Payton, Kobe, JJ Redick, Dirk Nowitzki, Wiggins, Booker, Durant, Kyrie, Isaiah Thomas, Ben Simmons, Porzingis, Jimmy Butler, LeBron, Damian Lillard, Westbrook, Yogi Farrell. That's one to forget. Karl Anthony Towns, Harden, Steph Curry. Now, the LeBron James one, that caught my attention for a second. Where's LeBron?
94. I noticed there's a lot
83 10s.
There's a lot of 10s in this set.
That's a very high
So
10 rate.
The total pop count of 1,422 cards graded.
That's wild.
5 autographs, obviously. Almost 1,200 of them are 10s.
That is wild, isn't it?
Maybe it's because of the lack of a frame on the border. So centering's not as difficult to hit.
Maybe it was just a really well-produced card.
Yeah, okay. Except for the 2 PSA 4s.
Now, you wanted to keep this to a 10-minute video. What's your final thoughts on this?
Final thoughts. Once again, we really, really like having a variety of tools at our disposal. This is just merely finding out more information about the population, and we thought PSA was the best one to do of the lot, because that's where over 90% of cards graded come from. It seems like these days it's PSA. So yeah, that's a quick tips on how to use the PSA register.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you to everyone at home. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you in the next one.